Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Shelby Francis, and today I'm just going to be talking about my college experience while being a senior now, and just like my journey from freshman year to senior year while I crochet. Today I'm crocheting a sweater. This is the very beginnings of a sweater. I'm doing a granny square sweater. I've made one before in the past, so I know I'm capable. But yeah, so basically I'm just gonna make a square and chat about college. So specifically, like I'll start from like freshman year and like make my way to senior year because I only have 2 months left, which mixed emotions about that, but I'll get there. So basically, freshman year, I was touring schools, and this school gave me the biggest package, so we went here. Basically, that's what happened. I decided to go out of state, so my college is in Rhode Island. And basically, when I came here, it was kind of like a culture shock, which was surprising. A lot of the people who became my friends, they were like, yeah, like I've never gone to school with white people, like it's so weird. But for me, I went to school with white people my whole life. The only thing that made it like weird was the fact that like there's different kinds of people, in the sense that like some of them are like so like warm and welcoming towards you, and then others are just like not as welcoming. So that was kind of hard to navigate because like I have been friends with white people my whole life, but it was weird that like some white people just wouldn't acknowledge your presence, your existence. It was just a very weird experience, but I got used to it as time went on, and I do have white friends and I do love them, but I more lean towards like my friends are like people of color. Yeah, so basically it was also culture shock because I don't drink, and there was like a heavy drinking there's a heavy drinking situation on campus, and everyone expects you to drink, and like if you don't drink you're weird. So that was very hard to navigate. Also, I didn't like dance like all the other kids dance. Like they knew how to dance like at parties, and I did not do that. So I was like, you know what, let me stop going to parties because I'm just making a fool of myself and people expect a lot of me. So I don't really go to parties anymore. It was fun like freshman year just to say that you went, but like once you're a senior, you don't really have to prove anything to anyone, I feel. But yeah, there are resources on campus that I started like using, like whether it's like student activities, like bingo is very big here. I love art club, so I did art club from freshman year to senior year, and I held a position my junior year and senior year. I took advantage of counseling because there was a lot going on in my personal life. So I definitely took advantage of counseling. And I didn't like my counselor at first because I feel like if I brought up a topic, he would just kind of like shut it down and like go on to the next topic. So we never really got anywhere. It wasn't till my junior year where I got a new counselor who was also a person of color, and she went to the school that I'm currently going to, and she was like, yeah, like I know exactly what like what you're experiencing, being like a person of color on a white campus, and we clicked instantly. But yeah, like freshman year and sophomore year I had a roommate, and she's lovely. She's just like completely opposite to me. She's very outgoing, very energetic, life of the party, and I'm more like crafting in my corner and just like sitting there and like taking naps on Fridays and all of that stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of like the situation. I also started taking on more responsibility once it hit my junior year. I had an internship that was 8 hours a week, and I was also an RA. And I loved being an RA junior year because I was only in control of one building, and the activities were fun that I would do with my residents, and I really liked that experience. Um, I also did RAing first semester of my senior year. I didn't like it as much because I had to supervise 3 different buildings, and one building is enough. And I feel like I didn't like the idea of having to like navigate 3 different buildings and just like, I don't know, I just felt like I'm one person. I shouldn't have that many people that I'm like looking over and like babysitting basically. So, and also a lot of the buildings that I was in control of, I like they were around my age, so it was weirder than like junior year when they're like freshmen and they're just like they don't know any better, and you have to like kind of like aid them and like help them along. So I really liked like junior year compared to senior year RAing. But I quit because I was caught sleeping on my shift because we had to stay up until like 2:30 in the morning, and they were like, yeah, you can't be sleeping on your shift. And I was like, yeah, then this is not the job for me. And they were like, yeah, that's probably not the job for you. And I was like, there's nothing I can do about that because I'm tired. So yeah, so I was like, you know what, let me find a new job. So I decided to do student activities on campus, and that was like my new job. And I am doing that currently, and I love it because all you do is do bingo events, ping pong events, line dancing. Like you do all of these events and you're never bored because there's always something to do. So I really appreciated that. And I really like it, and my coworkers are very sweet. I also loved my RA coworkers, don't get me wrong, but I like the change of pace. And I like that I get to be involved in things on campus, even if I can't like be in the actual event because I'm running it. It's really fun. And yeah, so that's what I do now. And I'm also at an internship 16 hours a week now instead of 8 hours a week, where I work with the homeless population, and I go to different locations and I just like work with them and like make sure they have showers, make sure they have referrals that they need, like all that sort of stuff. And I really enjoy it. It's hard work. It's a lot of work, but I really enjoy it, and I feel like it's not something that everybody would want to do, but I think it's like part of my calling. And I love them dearly. I love all my like the population I work with. And yeah, so that's basically what I do from freshman year to senior year. If you guys want to know any more about like my internship specifically, like as a social work and psychology double major, or like specific classes that I've taken that I've really loved, or anything like that, just let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to discuss further anything that you guys have questions on and do more sit down and crochetings. But yeah, so I want to thank you all for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe.